How is it possible that all these officials from different districts with different constituents are saying the exact same thing, word for word? If they were truly representing their districts and the people who elected them, their views wouldn't be identical. This isn't politics, this is coordination. Who's writing the script? It's not just the politicians, the media is in on it too. When you have dozens of news stations across the country all parroting the same exact words, you have to ask, who's behind it? How can you trust the news when it's clear they're being fed the same narrative from a single source?
But we are concerned about trouble and trying to irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 It's no wonder things feel so manufactured. AOC wasn't discovered through grassroots support. She was literally cast for the role. A political action committee put out an open casting call, and her brother entered her name. A bartender with no political experience is suddenly a congresswoman pushing socialist ideals. Who's really pulling the strings?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is not really the congresswoman of New York's 14th congressional district. She is essentially an actress. She's merely playing the part of a New York congresswoman. I know this sounds crazy, but bear with me. In 2017, a group called the Justice Democrats held auditions for potential congressional candidates that they would run on their platform for various congressional seats throughout the country. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's brother Gabriel submitted her for the role. Now, I've auditioned for many acting roles in my day. I've also cast many of my own projects. I know how this works. If you find somebody with star power, even if they don't 100% fit the part, you go with it. Obviously, AOC has star power. Just look at her. She's a superstar, the most famous person in Congress, maybe ever. Their casting was perfect. Now, I didn't have to go digging for evidence for this because they freely admit it. They brag about it.
Back in 2016, we put out a call for nominations. We got over 10,000 nominations. Out of those 10,000 nominations, we found Alexandria.
My brother told me that he had sent my nomination in the summer, but I was like literally working out of a restaurant. I was like, there's no way.
A casting call. They had a casting call. They cast Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in the role of Congresswoman.